Okay, so we're going to get down to business here. What I have here is a 2004 Ford F-150, and we're going to be doing a wheel bearing replacement. And man, these things are so simple, so I'll just, first step, gotta get that tire off. And then following your wire up, there's the ABS sensor plug-in, which is right here. We'll just disconnect that. This one should have been connected up here on the plastic shield, but it wasn't. And then you'll pull your wiring out and get that dangling loose. Next thing is we'll be removing the caliper, which are held on by 1/2-inch fasteners. Now you want to move your rubber brake line, get this clip off of here, so that way when you pull your caliper off, you're not pulling on this vacuum line. This vacuum line is what engages the four-wheel drive. So also while you're doing the repair, or if you got the wheel off, you want to inspect this line to make sure that everything is in good condition. If not, this will be needing replaced. Now we'll take our pry bar and pry off the caliper. Be careful because there's wires in there that help hold back the calipers so they're not always constantly in a way riding on the rotor. Now next we'll pin up our caliper on the frame. I've got a little hook here that I hook into the bolt hole of the caliper to hold it back here on the frame so it's nice and safe and out of the way. Now we'll go and remove our pads. Now these are the little wires that I was talking about that keep the pads away from the rotor. Well, at least try. Kind of keeps tension on them, and they're a little bit stubborn. This one is. Now next we'll remove the caliper bracket. That's a 18mm that's holding that on. Break it loose with the breaker bar and now you'll be ready to remove your rotor. Now the next thing is you'll want to remove this cover. So you'll just get behind it and pop it off. And now remove the nut, which is a 13mm. That's what holds the CV shaft in place. Now we're ready to get our wheel bearing taken off. And it's just for 18 fasteners. I'll loosen them up first with my breaker bar, and then I will hit it with the impact. I'm using a swivel impact to get these off. Turn your wheel a little bit. And you can remove the fasteners. And then your wheel bearing just pops right off like so. Now I like to put a little grease on this shaft. And then you just take your wheel bearing and slide it back into place. take your fasteners and just hand get them started. Get a few of them ran down, but do not tighten it all the way down. I'm just getting it to where it's matching up flush to the back plate here. And then just tighten them down. I didn't start cutting. Then you'll put your 13mm fastener back in. And your cover. Now we're ready to put the wiring back in. Make sure you reroute your wiring back the same way you pulled it off. And then reconnect. Remount your rotor. I like to put 2 of the lug nuts back on just to hold that rotor in place. Makes it easier to put the caliper and everything back on. Get your caliper bracket. Reattach that. Now the person who wanted me to put these wheel bearings on also wanted me to go ahead and put brand new pads on it. So these pads are now junk. I use the old pad with a steering wheel puller to run the pistons back. Now we'll install our new pads. Here comes a little bit of the, this ain't the tricky part. Well, it kind of is. See how that pad wanted to spring out of that seat? So now what you'll do, so now you got to hold that pad while you place this bottom one back in. And reinstall the caliper. Now all that's left is to put all your lines back into place in their holders. So I hope this video helped you out on how to replace your wheel hub assembly on your 2004 Ford F-150. If you like this video, hit the like button. Lets me know you like the video, and I kind of like that. So, like always, check me out on Facebook at Dave's Garage 512. That's all one word. And I'll talk to you all later.